Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Alright, you already know it's your boy FRBOUTDOORS Outdoors. You know, I'm the host of the FRBOUTDOORS Outdoors channel on YouTube. And yeah, today we're talking about, how I killed these fine bucks behind me.
When I walk in, I'm all good. I see all these people and they acting like they hood. Nah, nah. Please don't act just like you hood. Nah, nah. Cause if you try, I must believe. We gon' slide, we gon' slide, we gon' slide on them. Shoot up till my fingers get tired of it. It's true, you gotta pluck the weeds and let it shine on can. I hope the Lord forgive me now before I die from sin. I hope my whole team keep on winning, they gon' make it now. You know they had to keep it solid, they can't fake it now. And when you thought you had to stand it, we gon' take it down. We going crazy, yeah, we about to go ape shit now. We going crazy.
Alright, so first we want to talk about your first buck, which is on the left. Go ahead and grab that so they can see it. So tell us about, the fowling rod experience, growing up, hunting with dogs and all of that, like expectations, coming in and where we come from and stuff like that.
So, I know a lot of people, they start hunting around like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. We didn't do that. We're from Hawaii, so we didn't hunt at all. We didn't get to hunting until I was 10 or 11. And we didn't really start dog hunting until like 12 or 13. So when we first started dog hunting, we didn't know what to expect. I remember my first time a doe ran up on me, my first day ever hunting. I didn't get to see it, but I heard it, but I was moving too much, and that's the reason why I didn't see it. But yeah, it's just me expecting. I didn't really expect anything. I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, so talking about this buck, I think I was 2013. I was 13 years old. It wasn't my first deer. I've killed a little button buck, but I really don't count that as a buck. But yeah, we was just sitting on a power line. And throughout the day oh wait, I'm talking about the wrong buck. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I haven't killed many bucks. I've only killed these 2 nice sized bucks, and both of them I mounted.
Well, you killed more bucks, you just haven't mounted them.
Yeah, well, they were smaller. I killed 2 other smaller bucks, and that was it. I think I've only killed 4 bucks my entire life that were with horns. But anyways, first I want to talk to you guys about the one on my right. So this one, was one I killed when I was 13 years old. Now, this drive wasn't an ordinary drive. This was a drive they just made up because it was a slow day and we're just trying to see if we could jump something. And we made this new drive up and we had it planned out, and we were like, all right, this is like the ideal, how it's gonna go. And they dropped the dogs, and that's exactly what happened. They jumped up 2 bucks. So we were backstanding. We didn't even have a stand because we were either late to the stand or we just didn't have a stand. So we were kind of backstanding, which means like we were just waiting to see what happens, see where the dogs go. But anyways, so these 2 bucks came up on these boys named Brian. They're both named Brian, Little Brian, Big Brian, and they unloaded on them. I literally, when I saw them unload, they were just shooting at these bucks. And these bucks crossed the road into a piece of land that even better. So that's exactly what we did. We went to a spot that's known, we call it the cornfield. So we went straight there. And I remember my brother, as soon as I got the truck, my brother and my dad told me to go into this little mini power line that usually deer don't like to go, but sometimes they like to go there. And then my brother and my dad, my brother, he likes to get the best spots and run to the best spots. So I allowed him to go get with my dad. So he goes down there, and then I'm just waiting, and like nothing's happening. So I'm bored. I'm a kid. I'm not gonna stand in one spot. I'm gonna walk to where they're at, because I want to talk. I want to have fun. So that's exactly what I did. I walked towards there, and as soon as I walk over there, not even like 2 minutes, they see the buck, and I'm over here like, now this is a cornfield. It's not a cornfield. It's actually a cutover, but they call it the cornfield because I guess 20 years ago it was a cornfield, but at that moment it was an actual cutover. And once they saw the buck, I was like, I don't see the buck. So I stand up on this stump to see the buck. I still don't see the buck. So my brother and my dad, it's a funny story, but I'm not gonna get too many details. My dad tells my brother to go down there to a spot where the deer don't like to cross at, but you never know where the deer's gonna cross at. My brother's kind of arguing with my dad back and forth, kind of you go down there, no, you go down there type arguments. And it's kind of a funny story to look back on. But yeah, so I was looking on the stump, and then as soon as my brother goes down there, not even like 20 seconds, bro, I see the deer, and I'm like, oh, the deer's like 100 yards. And I kid you not, this deer literally was running perpendicular to me, and then decides to stick on straight to me, literally straight to me. And I'm on this stump, and I'm like, oh snap, this is about to happen, right? And my dad claims he could have shot him, but he was like, oh, he's going straight to you, so I'll let you have him. I don't believe that at all, because the deer was like 75 yards before he turned, and he was coming straight at me. But anyways, the deer comes straight at me, and I'm like, oh snap, this is about to happen. All right, let's get let's get ready. So I get in my little stance, you know, the little stance, put your left foot forward, right foot back, kind of squat down a little bit, you know, the stance, the regular stance, you know, when you're about to shoot. So I'm getting my stance, and this deer literally comes 15 yards. I'm literally aiming the gun at him the entire time he's coming to me. I'm just still, and he comes 15 yards, and I'm like, okay, this is too close. Like when he was 15, he was behind this bush, like not really a bush, it was like a little small tree with a bunch of limbs, and I'm like, oh snap, I'm just gonna shoot through it. That's exactly what I did. Only thing I saw was his neck. I mean, so I just shot, bow, you know, one shot goes off, and he just drops. I'm like, oh snap, I got him. Then he tries to get back up, I shot him again, bow, and then I shot him again, bow. I was like, he's done. I go over there, and just the excitement in my face, you know, the excitement in my dad's face, I was just shocked. I mean, I just didn't believe I just killed a buck, you know. My brothers killed a buck. I was like, nah, I finally killed a buck. And it's bigger than my brothers. Like, yes. And like, you can see the kind of the scar on the buck right here. I mean, he tried to sew it up as best he could, but I mean, I really don't blame him. Especially the price that we paid for the taxidermy for this deer. But yeah, it's an 8-pointer. It's a, what is this? 17.5-inch wide 8-pointer, 18-inch 8-pointer, something like that. Yeah, it's not too big. I mean, I mounted it because it was my first like buck, real buck, and it was a pretty decent sized buck. But yeah, it's just a simple 8-pointer, not too big. I mean, nothing big, but he had a big neck. I will say that. To me, I think the neck was a lot bigger in person. He did have a huge neck, so we think it was during the rut, but it was like, it had been a late rut because this was around December 28th of when I killed him. And the funny story is, I killed him 2013, December 28th, and I killed this one 2016, December 28th. The same exact day. 2 different spots, but the same exact day. But yeah, that's just a little story about, you know, this buck right here. I mean, I still to this day, I mean, I still can't believe that I killed this buck. You know, I always say he had a little drop time, but it ain't no drop time. I just like to say that. But yeah, so it was just a little buck that, I mean, I don't say little, nice buck that I killed back in 2013 when I was 13 years old. Probably, yeah, I was 13. But yeah, so are we getting into the other
Yeah.
All right, so
When I walk in, I walk